Get your game face on. The secret to growing your company in any economy. By Fuchs Coleman. Narrated by Lyle Blaker. Introduction. There are some amazing books on the shelves today that give you a step-by-step on the how-to, timeframes for implementation, and expected outcomes. However, these books, while solid in their concepts, try to get you to adopt their philosophy and change how you're currently doing business. In my opinion, there are three problems with this approach. First, you run the risk of an identity crisis. Listen, all companies have a secret sauce, and by diving into a new philosophy, your secret sauce could become spoiled, or worse yet, unrecognizable. Think of your company's secret sauce like a family recipe. The more the family recipe gets passed down from family member to family member and altered along the way, the more the recipe changes in taste. And the further from the original the recipe gets, the more likely that the recipe eventually tastes nothing like the original. When you fully adopt someone else's business philosophy and action plan, you could change almost everything about your company's identity and what makes you, you. Second, employee engagement could be negatively impacted. Your employees are good at what they do and enjoy working for you. However, when the leadership is constantly changing directions, managers and employees may feel frustrated and overwhelmed. They may not see the value of the changes and only see the extra work involved. When "here comes more changes" becomes a part of an organization's culture, all hell breaks loose, and the impact on productivity and morale can be devastating. Third, clients and vendors seeing these first two issues from the outside could lose faith and trust in your company. For example, new changes in your company could cause delays to your vendor's process or put unnecessary stress on your clients' daily lives. If this happens, your company and your employees will feel the pressure as your sales and profits take a nosedive. Can you see the stress, tension, and strain this approach can place on your entire ecosystem? I've seen this happen over and over again, and that's why this audiobook is different. We're not going to talk about change because I do not want you to change. Change slows you down and creates more headaches than solutions. Instead, in this audiobook, we're going to hone in on just a few things. What I believe are the keys to growing your company, no matter what else is happening in the world or with the economy. First, we're going to focus on you as a leader. Because let's face it, success starts and ends with you. For your company to be successful, you have to be a successful and effective leader. You have to have the right mindset, and you have to be completely focused on the priorities that will propel your company forward. If you're not an effective leader, your company will suffer, no matter how big and successful that company is today. Think Kmart, Radio Shack, Blockbuster, Sears. All of these past giants stood tall above their competition, but poor leadership led them to their demise. If you don't want to follow in their footsteps, then you must get your game face on, F-A-C-E, and learn to be fair, assertive, and consistent every day. Second, we're going to zero in on the three keys to grow your business. You see, I ran my family's full-service environmental cleanup company for 16 years before selling it to a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. And I accomplished that by focusing on three key areas of our business. I didn't focus on everything. That's where most leaders fall short. They focus on everything, which, as you know, wears you down and decreases your bandwidth. So, rather than expanding your vision, in this section of the book, I'll show you how to narrow your focus. To take my family's company from a small Pittsburgh-based enterprise to a national powerhouse that sold for a fair price, we did just that. We focused. We reeled in our priorities and focused on the things that mattered, and the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?